everybody. Happy Friday. This is Crafting Journey, that Journey Chick on Instagram. Welcome to the morning show. Friday dance, Friday dance. Everybody do Friday dance, Friday dance. It is so beautiful outside. Oh my God. Well, when I woke up this morning, my house was freezing. Oh, freezing. So look, she's got a bow in her hair. Isn't that beautiful? This painting is gorgeous. Guys, if you want to get in on the next mystery diamond painting, the sign-ups are going on now through June 1st. That doesn't mean you have to buy a painting right now. That means sometime in June you'll have to buy a painting for your partner. So save up your money, sign up. Let me get you matched up, and you can have some fun like this too. Love it, because it's the year of Alice, and my partner picked an Alice painting. And she did check this for copyright and could not find anything, which I'm surprised because it's so beautiful. Anyway, I'm happy. It's Friday. Yeah, it's not payday, but it's Friday. I'll take it, right? So, did you guys have a good week? My week went so slow. Oh my God, it was so slow. All right, I'm going to turn the light pad on here. Here we go. Okay, what number did I just put in here? Oh my God. You know, I was on the phone yesterday making my appointment for physical therapy, and I'm really starting to get concerned about my memory. I think I'm going to have to make a doctor's appointment because, like, things don't, like, I'll look, or here's what happened yesterday. I'm on the phone making the doctor's appointment, and the woman asked me, she said, is it your left knee or your right knee? And I looked down at my knees, and I couldn't remember which side was left and right. I know which knee hurts, but is this the left? Is this the right? I couldn't remember left from right. Is that a sign of dementia? No, I'm seriously concerned because, and she's like, no, really, which side is it? And so I like just picked a side. I'm like, okay, right. It was right. Later on, I realized, yes, that's my right knee. But in that moment, I couldn't figure out which was left and which was right. What side of my body was left and what side of my body was right. I couldn't remember. Isn't that weird? And then sometimes I'll be talking to somebody about something and we'll try to remember something, and I just can't. Like, I know the person, like, maybe really well, but their name just doesn't come into my head. Isn't that weird? So I'm going to go see the doctor. Maybe I can take one of those memory medications or something to help my. Is there a food out there that I could be eating, like, I don't know, spinach or, I don't, it's weird. I shouldn't be losing my memory. I'm only 60 years old, for God's sakes, but I don't know. Anyway, so yes, I have a physical therapy appointment for my knee. And it's not, I want to make this clear because people think it's I don't want to scare people away from getting a knee replacement. It's not, the knee replacement does not bother me. Where the knee was replaced, that's fine. The pain is gone. It's on the other side of the knee. For some reason, I have this IT band issue. And when I used to be a runner, I used to be a marathoner, and that same leg, that same IT band would always bother me. So I don't know. I don't want to scare people off from getting. If you need a knee replacement, by all means, get it. And the person that I have one person in mind, and she knows who she is. Get your knee replaced. I love you. Anyway. So I finished my sister's hat yesterday. Yes, Jean, your hat is done, but it looks kind of quirky. So I want to talk to Nareda because she did the same hat and see if she had the same issue because I don't know if I did something wrong or I can't. I don't even want to show it to you because it's weird. Plus, it's in the other room, so maybe tomorrow I'll show it to you. If 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 I find out I did something wrong and I have to, I'll probably just I don't know. If I did something wrong, I'll start over, make another one. Jean, eventually you'll get a hat. Oh, but I'm learning to crochet. Yesterday I was crocheting and I'm making a shawl, and I laid it flat, and then I looked, and about 4 rows down, I see this big mistake that I made. I'm like, oh, really? And I could have left it. It wasn't that noticeable, but it bothers me. So I frogged out those 4 rows and started from where I left off. So that was like maybe an hour's worth of work, at least an hour, maybe 2 hours worth of work that I frogged out. But that's just me. I don't want it to have mistakes in it. I don't like that. And I just consider it a learning experience. So I just frog it and move on, keep going. Which is why I don't get anything done. Well, that's not true. I get a lot of stuff done. And eventually, this diamond painting is going to get done. I said this week I'd like to have it done. This part may get done, but I still have the sections down here to go. All of this and this. So I apologize. I know you guys think I'm probably the slowest diamond painter in the world, but I take my time. I do it when I feel like it. Yesterday when I got home from work, I wanted to diamond paint. So I fed the dogs and I sat for a couple hours. Well, I put my dinner in the oven. I made this Stouffer's lasagna, which I could have microwaved, but I like it in the oven. And it takes about an hour in the oven. So I put it in the oven and I diamond painted for a couple of hours, and it was very relaxing. But then I might not do that for the next day. It might be crochet that I want to do. So because I'm into so many things that I just take my time, that's all. I know people that just exclusively diamond paint. They do diamond paintings much faster. And I understand that, but I think I would really burn out if I was just doing one thing all the time. I would get so bored. I like to change things up. Okay. I'm like, no, there's more of this symbol here. You're running into a little bit of confetti here. So let's talk about what National Day it is. It's National Bugs Bunny Day. Oh my God. Do you remember Bugs Bunny? That was like one of my favorite cartoons growing up, when I was growing up. This is the day that commemorates the day that Bugs Bunny made his debut on a short film in 1938. 1930. No, I'm not that old. But yes, I had Bugs Bunny growing up with Daffy Duck, Yosemite Sam, Porky Pig, Pepe Le Pew. Oh, remember Pepe Le Pew? Oh my God, I love that. But of course, Elmer Fudd. I'm going to get that wascally wabbit. Yes. And he was always like leaning on his, elbow, eating the carrot, like in the thumbnail there. His popular phrase was, "What's up, Doc?" Um, And his voice was, there's been a lot of actors that played his voice, but for 50 years it was played by Mel Blanc. So he really was the character behind um, that wascally wabbit. I loved Elmer Fudd with the big old rifle. He was always, he was going to get him. He never did. um, but what do you want to do to commemorate it? Oh, you could buy a T-shirt. You could, I don't know, order a coloring book, watch some cartoons. Yeah, that'd be fun. Not for me. No, I think I've outgrown it. But that's what I had so many. I want to read to you how many national days today is. I chose Bugs Bunny, but I have to read this to you guys. Here's what I had to choose from: National Adopt a Shelter Pet Day. This is also National Bubble Tea Day, National Honesty Day, National Oatmeal Raisin Day, oh, Oatmeal Cookie Day. I said raisin because I love raisins in my oatmeal cookie. National Prepare-a-thon Day, National Raisin Day. Now, that's one I could get behind. Love me some raisins. National Sarcoidosis Day, National Military Brats Day. Now, I was a military brat. I could celebrate that day as well. National Hairstylist Appreciation Day. So if you have a hair appointment today, make sure you tip well. National Arbor Day and National Hairball Awareness Day. So please be aware of hairballs. That's how many days there are today to celebrate National. So if you're not into Bugs Bunny, choose another one. Go make some oatmeal cookies. Yeah. And put raisins in them. You get 2 days with one cookie. Oh my God. National Oatmeal Raisin Day. And as a military brat, we loved our oatmeal raisin cookies. There we go. That's 3 national days. And we could watch Bugs Bunny while we're eating them. That's 4 national days we're celebrating. Oh, I'm getting carried away. Okay, never mind. All right, I'm going to put this symbol aside because I know there are more of them. In fact, I just found one. And I found another. My goodness. Oh, and I found another. Maybe I won't put this one away. So, let's talk judge, jury, and journey. So, a lot of you guys, it was pretty split. Some of you said guilty. Now, we're talking about I went over the closing arguments for the trial of Ashley McArthur for the murder of Taylor Wright. And a lot of you thought that she was, although the evidence was entirely circumstantial, there were a lot of it. There was a lot of circumstantial evidence, a lot. And you thought that she was guilty. And then some of you thought that she was probably guilty, but she probably had help. And then others of you thought, no, she's not guilty. There's still reasonable doubt. So if I put all of you together, I think we would have a very indecisive jury. And because the verdict has to be unanimous. And it appears my subscribers are not unanimous in their feelings about which way this should go. But I need to tell you that the jury only deliberated for 2.5 hours. Yeah, 2.5 hours. And then they came back. Now, what's interesting is when they showed the reading of the verdict, they didn't show the defendant's face. The camera panned to her right after the verdict was read, and she looked tearful. At one point, you could see she was wiping away tears, but right behind her, a couple rows behind her, was Cass, the girlfriend of Taylor Wright, and she was just bawling. And the judge had warned them, no emotional outburst and blah blah blah. So you could tell she was really trying to hold it in, this Cass, but the tears were just streaming. So the verdict was guilty. Um, yeah, she was found guilty unanimously. And she was immediately sentenced to um, the maximum of 25 years, life in prison. Now, life in prison in Florida it means 25 years um, minimum. But you can get time off for good behavior. So technically, she could be out of jail in 15 years, and actually maybe even 14, because she'd already served a year in jail before this trial had come up. Now, why was she in jail? Let's think about this. So I was curious, why is she in jail? She could have been out on bond, pending the trial. But the plot thickens. She was in jail because she had been charged with arson, racketeering, and fraud. The business that she had with her family, she was embezzling thousands from that business, thousands of dollars from local businesses that where she had her equipment. She had been managing this company for 2 years, from 2015 through 2017, and what was supposed to be happening was these machines would be in these establishments. She was supposed to be splitting the money. They would earn a portion of the profits. She wasn't giving them their money, or their full amount of their money. So one of these establishments um, noticed they were about $14,000 short of what they should be owed, and they reported it to the police. And at the time, the police were trying to, they were still trying to find the body of Taylor Wright, um, so they could arrest Ashley. They still had not arrested Ashley or brought her in for that final interview. So they arrested her for this other charge, this fraud and embezzlement. But what happened was, once this embezzlement is reported to the police, lo and behold, what do you think happens? The business catches on fire. All the records are burned. So she goes to trial on that, and she's found guilty of the fraud and the racketeering, not guilty on the arson. They couldn't prove the arson was her. So she was sentenced to 7 years for the racketeering. So what happened when she was found guilty of the murder? Her attorney asked that the sentences run concurrent, and the judge said yes. So that 7 years kind of just sort of melded into the 25. So she could still be out of jail in about 14 years. And that trial was a year ago, so maybe in 13 years this woman will be out of jail. I know. She did file an appeal, and some of the reasons, and I watched some of the commentary, and the commentators thought that they may or may not have an appellate issue on the fact that the judge was rushing them through this trial. There was an impending hurricane that they needed to get ready for. And I think it did hit that weekend after the trial ended on a Friday, and I think the hurricane did hit that weekend. But so they were under the gun because this hurricane was approaching. The judge wanted to get this thing done, and but there was really nothing offered on the record by the defense to indicate that this was harming their case in any way. Like, no, judge, we can't go this fast. I need to do this. There was nothing like that. And the prosecution, although we didn't get to see a lot of what she put into evidence, she did go over it all in her closing argument. which was interesting. So she did appeal, but she appealed on the basis that there was a photograph shown for like a brief second of their client holding a gun, and they had kept that out through a motion prior to trial. The judge had said, no, that photo is not going to come in. Well, it was accidentally shown on the screen for like a brief second. And then the other appellate issue was, I'm trying to think what it was. Oh, that the statements that she made to the police should not have been shown to the jury because she was not properly Mirandized. Like, instead of reading her Miranda rights at the beginning of this interview, it was like towards the middle of her interview that they read her rights. Like, they come in and they're BSing around and they're, making friends with her, so to speak. She's flirting with them, and they're talking to her about the case, and then it's like maybe 10-15 minutes into the time that they're in there that the guy actually reads the Miranda rights. So the defense said, that should be suppressed, that whole statement. So the appellate court heard the appeal just this past like 2 weeks ago, April 16th. And they said no, they denied the motion. No, you do not get a new trial. None of these things were, they thought that the judge properly allowed the statements into evidence. They didn't see any necessity to keep that statement out, or a basis to keep that statement out. And they said the photograph had no really impact on the jury because we know she would wear camouflage. We know she would go hunting. We know she had guns. That photo probably didn't make a darn bit of difference. So a new trial denied. So if Ashley wants to appeal now to a higher court, it would be the Supreme Court of Florida, and she would have to pay for that appeal. You only get one free appeal to the next level of the court, the District Court of Appeals. And the District Court of Appeals said, no, you don't get a new trial. So now Ashley is from a wealthy family, so maybe she will appeal to a higher level of court. I don't know, but anyway, that's the way that trial ended. Sad, very sad. So I have not made up my mind about the next trial. I am thinking I may cover the trial of the FSU law professor. I was going through the law and crime trials, trying to pick one. And what I was noticing is that this network, and I love the way they cover their trials, but they must be based out of Florida because there's a lot of Florida trials. But I'm particularly interested in this FSU law professor trial because I listened to a podcast about it probably a year or so ago, and it's a fascinating case. This man, he was married to, I think he was married to an attorney. They had some children. And anyway, someone hires these two men to kill him. And he is murdered in his car, in his driveway. And so this is the trial of the two men that murdered him. But I'm curious to see if all this other extraneous stuff comes in. I don't know if anyone was ever charged with hiring those two men. I mean, we can say who we think it is. But if you guys are not interested in that case, let me know. I can pick another one. There's more to choose from. There's one, I'm hesitant to choose it. It's called the Hollywood Ripper case. And it is a very interesting case. The man is charged with 4 murders, and 4 murders in Hollywood that happened over a period of time. He's a serial killer. He lived near each one of the victims. The one victim was supposed to be going out on a date with Ashton Kutcher the night that she was found murdered. He shows up at her house, knocks on the door. She doesn't answer. he looks in the window, he sees what he thinks is wine spilled on the floor, and he leaves. So he is actually involved. He is a witness in this case. But this trial lasted for like 4 months. So I'm not sure that I want to cover it, but if you guys want me to, I will. Maybe I can condense it a bit. I don't know. Let me know. Or if there's another trial you might be interested, let me know. Um, yeah. So that's it. Oh, there was one more thing I was going to tell you. Oh, yeah, I know what it was. Um, Supposedly, the sentencing of James Prokopovich is today at 1:30. I'm going to look out for that. If it goes live, I'll try to go live and cover it for you. But I haven't seen anything like it's not. Sometimes you'll see the network will put up a thumbnail and say, watch, hearing watch, or whatever. I haven't seen any of that, so I don't know if it got postponed. Sometimes these things get moved around. You never know. Um, but if it does happen, I will go live and let you know, or I'll just, uh, I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. Okay, we're just going to put this off to the side now because I think I may have exhausted that color. Let's do this day in history before we run off to celebrate the weekend. Okay, before I do this day in history, tonight, Mickey Sunshine Creates at 7 p.m. Central, and I am going to be a guest on her show tonight. We're going to talk about mystery diamond painting. Yay! I love mystery diamond painting. She and we're hosting currently the third event. Please post your progress in the Crafting Journey Facebook group so that we can show your progress tonight. And then my gal, DP Addiction Adventures, she's on right after that at 8 Central. And this weekend on Mornings with Crafting Journey live, Sunday at 11 Central, my special guest will be a woman named Lindsay. Her Instagram is Life with Lindsay. She started a YouTube channel. She's very popular on Instagram, but she's going to give us some Instagram tips and tricks on Sunday, and we're going to get to know her. She's another Alice in Wonderland fan, and she keeps track of all the events that are going on Instagram, all the diamond painting events. So it'll be really cool to talk with Lindsay and get to know her. So let's tune in for that on Sunday at 11 Central, Mornings with Crafting Journey live. Special guest, Lindsay. Okay, now we can do this day in history. Do, 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 do. I love this painting. Every time I see it in the computer, I can see how it's so pretty. I just want to finish it. Okay. And put it up on my Alice wall. My Alice wall's getting really crowded. Oh my goodness. Uh, and there's more to come. More to come. I'm waiting on this one particular one from Treasure Studios. It's another Lizzie Falcon, and I really want to do that one. I think by the time I finish this and then grab the Hannah Lynn, by the time I finish the Hannah Lynn, I should have the Treasure Studios art one, and then I'll pick that one up and do it. So, this day in history, where is it? Let's choose that. No, that's not the wrong tab. Oh, this is a good one. Tennis star Monica Seles. This happened in April 30th, 1993. She was one of the top women's tennis players in the world. She had just taken over the rank of #1 in the world from Steffi Graf. And if she won the match that she was currently playing, this was in the French, no, it wasn't the French Open. What was this? It was a match in Hamburg, Germany. They're not saying what I don't know if it was a Grand Slam event. But anyway, it's called the Hamburg Open. I don't think it was a Grand Slam event, but it was an event. And I think if she had won this match, she would have gotten to play Monica, or Monica would have gotten to play Steffi Graf again. And she's sitting courtside, getting ready to change sides. Um, and a fan or a spectator reaches over, uh, from the spectator thing and stabs her in the back. Now they say the knife went in probably only about a half an inch. Luckily, she just missed her spinal cord, but so her injuries weren't terrible. They were superficial, but emotionally, I mean, she didn't play tennis for 2 years after that. She didn't. I mean, can you imagine what that would do to you mentally? Um, yeah, so apparently this fan didn't, wanted Steffi Graf to return to be the number one tennis player in the world, and this fan was a little deranged anyway. Clearly, I mean, who does that? The person was tried in court. His name was Parche, Parche, and he received a 2-year suspended sentence, which I don't understand, which means you were sentenced to 2 years, but you don't get to serve. You don't have to serve 2 years, which is weird. Very lenient, which really angered the Sellis family, and they prosecutors asked for a new trial. They said this was ridiculously lenient sentence, and Germany, they got a new trial in 1995, but the new trial, the court upheld the suspended sentence. They said, no, it's fine, Weird. And it may be because the guy was just not all there, I don't know. But she did come back after 2 years. She returned to tennis in August of 1995. She went on, she did win some more Grand Slam events, and then she retired from tennis in 2008. So I love tennis. I love to watch tennis. I actually was on the tennis team in high school. I, our team was terrible. We were terrible. I'm not kidding you. Um, I think I was the only person on the team to win a match. Yeah. That year. I think it was the first year that our school had a tennis team. So it was kind of a new thing. And, I lived in Orlando in sort of redneck country, So, we were all a bunch of rednecks, and nobody knew how to play tennis. And so, but I learned. I loved it. I learned to love tennis. Um, in college, I was playing mixed doubles, and I turned around to see what was keeping my partner from serving, and he served the tennis ball right into my face, broke my nose, yeah, it was terrible. And then another time I was playing with my husband. We had tennis courts near our house, and we were playing, and I went to do a backhand, and my feet slipped out from under me. There was a slick spot on the court, and my feet slipped out from under me, and my back has never been the same. Um, Speaking of back, I've got to get a better chair at work. I'm going to start working 3 days a week in the office next week, and my back is killing me right now from sitting in that office chair all day yesterday. It really hurts. So I'm going to put some heat on it today, and because I'm spoiled now with my gamer chairs. I've got the lumbar support here. This one's up a little high. I've got the lumbar support, which is great. It's not in the right place. Wait a minute. You can move it around. Um, and I don't want to haul one of these chairs into work. I'm just going to insist that they get me in. Well, the last time I asked for a new chair at work, they brought me the exact same model, just a different chair. Like, because well, the one I had was broken, so they just bring me the identical chair. Like they went down to storage and picked out some old chair, and so I don't know if I'm gonna get a new chair. I don't know. I may just have to take like a lumbar support. I have like a lumbar pillow I could take in there. We'll see. I don't know. I have yammered on long enough today. I hope to see you tonight in Mickey's Live. Come in, say hello. Mickey's always a riot. I love her laugh, don't you? And we'll be talking about the mystery diamond painting. Guys, have a great Friday. If I don't see you, I will see you tomorrow in the morning show, where you're going to see some more of my stash. Yeah, part 2 of the stash. Love you all.